Local independent country and folk singer and songwriter Kevin Church is exploring new ground on his musical journey. I talk one-on-one with Kevin for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Kevin Church, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Oh, thanks for having me on, buddy. So good to see you.
Likewise, as everyone knows here in Charleston, you are obviously a country folk singer and songwriter. Who is Kevin Church these days?
Kevin Church these days. Well, I've been playing out a lot but writing a lot, and just trying to also get to living, not just do that only, get to living a little life, doing things outside of that, and staying inspired. But yeah, that's basically it. Just really letting go of things that are negative and focusing on the positive and just following the dream, working the craft.
What are you letting go of when it comes to negativity in the music world?
Oh, that's a very good question. Illusions of grandeur. No, really, just enjoying it, man. It don't have to be perfect. Just have a good time performing these songs. I find that the ones that I have the most fun with, everybody else is having the most fun with. Also, I just want to connect with my audience. I want to put it on the line and not be afraid to say things. Just be as honest as possible. And get away with being honest as much as I can, in the writing and in the performing. Have fun with it.
How can you be honest with your audience and be able to still connect with them?
That's a very good question, Quintin. I think it's called hard living. I think living and some things you'd be surprised, like just things that pour out of your heart or soul. They just come to you, and then you say them out there, and you get a response from people. And the more they start to come to you and tell you, like some folks will come from the audience and ask you about a lyric or something and want to know where it came from, and then that just inspires you to keep moving forward and be more honest, and you can also see it, like what's connecting and what's turning them off a little bit,
Yes, indeed.
But honestly, buddy, just to tell you, just playing out as much as I have has helped shape my writing too. Understanding what's really good out there, what's really connecting with people, what's connecting with me, and inspiring me these days. Just listening and being a part of it and experiencing it. And a lot of it is experience, I'm 48 now, so, yeah. So
almost the 50 in a few years here.
Yeah, man. The last time I saw you, it was almost 5 years, buddy. Can you believe that?
Right. Yes, indeed. Exactly
it's
right.
Insane.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's
yes,
insane.
Sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. And I wanted to ask you this too, Kevin. What are you connecting with, and what's your audience connecting with when it comes to you?
Okay, that's a really good question. I'm connecting with just simplicity.
Mm.
In the past, I wrote a lot of things that I felt were so smart and so intelligent, or I thought I was writing this and that. And to me, I can't sing those songs much anymore just because they don't really connect with me. They don't even represent really where I stand. So today, I'm like just trying to make sure whatever I'm singing about, I mean it, And not only that, I was told a long time ago by a gentleman, Clay Smith. He was Arthur Smith's son out of North Carolina. And Clay is, part of the TV programs up there in PBS and stuff. So he's out of Charlotte, and he said, right on a fourth grade level, right, like a 12-year-old can understand it, words like that. And I was like, no, I was like, okay, but I didn't understand, but now I do get it. Simplicity is key, man. It's just key. Just like when you're talking to your people, if they start talking that legal jargon, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. you're like, that's great. Can you, for our viewers, can you kind of numb that? Can you not dumb it down, but can you put it in layman's terms, you
Right.
know? So
Exactly right.
it's like that. And I get a kick out of it, man, by like, taking a thought and consolidating it into a phrase that's like so easy to understand. I just love doing that. That inspired. I love doing that. That's what I love to do when I'm creating.
Creating. And let me ask you this too, Kevin. What lyric of yours actually represents where you stand right now?
Oh, well, I co-wrote a song with Johnny McDonald. We did a project for Brothers Promise. It was called Brothers Promise, and Chris Dodson's involved in that. You know Chris. You've seen him around.
Yes. He was on Quintin's close-ups a couple of years ago.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, Chris is a hardworking guy, just like everybody out there playing, And anyways, what I was getting at is and I co-wrote a song together. It's called Paper Mill Sky, and we're going to be releasing that in the near future, probably around March or April. And we have another song coming out next month called Shack on the Beach. Johnny came to me with that idea, but it's a fun song. It's just kind of like a Buffett kind of feel, But the other one, Paper Mill Sky, my favorite lyric is probably, let me see. Happiness ain't based on my wage, but that paper mill sky makes me feel my age. That's Kevin Church and Johnny McDonald right there.
In a nutshell.
Yeah, that's it, man. Happiness ain't based on my wage. That's where I'm at.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Where were you before all of this? When you think about your musical journey.
Okay. I was searching for a way to be heard and understood. I was playing, local bars like just like I am now, but like when I ran across you and everything, and we worked together. And when I came to town, I got here. Come May, we'll have been here 15 years. Can you believe that? I'm like, goodness gracious.
Time flies.
It does, man. It really does. But I've met a lot of great people, man, and a lot of people have helped push me along, and kept me busy. And I came here from working in a corporate job to playing music around town and making a living at it and traveling a little bit, and got to travel overseas playing. It's been a real cool ride of opportunities that have happened for me by being here. But just along where I started was like, what can I write to get heard? And what can I really like Bob Dylan. I want to be Bob Dylan. I want to do this. I want to do that, I want to write like this. I want to do that, Now it's more like, I want to write like me. I want to write like what I feel. I'm not into trying to be anybody else anymore.
Right. So when did you pick up that style of just writing how you are versus trying to write to be like somebody else or be heard like somebody else?
I'd say that started right about 2020. Like, I'd say like I was doing it, before and didn't realize it, but I was still in my head wanting to be those other people. Because I felt like if they had done it, you have to be as good or better, right? Like you have to have something to offer. Not, and that's a lot when you start comparing yourself to others like that, that's when you start getting in trouble. So it's one thing to be inspired by them, but to compare yourself to them, that's when you start to fall short. I feel like in anything you do in life. So
where did you almost fell short with when it came to your music career?
Well, I had a lot of opportunities, man, that I did not follow through on because I didn't think I was good enough. Because I would constantly think I'm not quite there yet. I had people like wanting me to come record. I had people wanting me to meet other famous people, and I just didn't think I had the goods. you know. So because I wanted to be as good or better than where I was, instead of allowing them to show me what they could have done, taken the talent and ran with, you know. So there's a lot of missed opportunities because of that thought process. And now it's more like just be honest with myself and have a good time, and reach people and help them. There's people that came to my show last night asking for songs and they hadn't seen me in 4 years, and I was just like blown away by that, you know. I'm so humbled by that.
Yes.
But it's really cool. You just don't know what. That's why it matters what you say in the songs. That's why it matters what you give people, what you leave them with. That's where I'm at now. So,
Well, let me ask you this: what song has actually allowed you to reach and actually help people?
wow, it's a good one. You know, a lot of people really like the Holy City song. They just like it, you know, and as for that one, they like my housekeeping song. It's really ridiculously funny, silly. They ask for it, man, out of the blue. Like if somebody yell it from the side of the bar at me, I'll be like, seriously? Okay, well, we'll go there then, I guess. You know, and that song could be, you know, construed as, it could be a racist song to somebody. It could really offend somebody at the same time. But, you know, and I don't mean to be. That song was written 10 years ago, you know, going on the 15-year mark, you know, like I brought that to Charleston with me, you know what I mean? So there's that. Songs I've done with Johnny, like Paper Mill Sky, when I sing out, people really relate to that. The Turkey Creek that I wrote with Brothers Promise and being Johnny. Wow, you know. Just that one connects with people. I'm trying to think of what else, man. There's a song called God Bless This Home that I wrote based on my dad's home that he grew up in that my grandmother and grandfather had. And they had to pass it on to someone else because my grandma passed away and my grandfather, he was put in a home as they were selling the house. And there were so many memories there because 3 generations played in the yard and everything. I mean, they were in that house when my dad was in 5th grade. So, yeah. So when I do that, I watch a lot of people. It's not about their house, it's about their grandparents' house. And so it brings back all these memories to people, and they come and talk to me about that. And it's really cool, man. That's another one that connects with people. But I don't know, man. I guess I got to ask the people out there, you know, which ones they like. But I know that housekeeping's yelled about every other night. It seems it's funny, you know, just out of the blue.
Yes,
it'll come out there. I'm like, really?
Yeah. And you know, Kevin, I want to ask you 2 questions related to that. But let me ask you,
Okay.
what song would you write to your grandparents right now if you could?
What song? Well, man, if I could write a song to my grandparents right now, it'd probably be something like, I know I had her when she was tapping her foot. If my grandma was tapping her foot, I knew I had a hit. Because if I start playing a song for her, and it'd be something I either recorded with some people or I'm playing on guitar and I'm watching her tap her foot and she's doing just shaking. And she was a bigger woman too, man. So she was just like, you know, tap her foot shaking and everything. I knew it was good. If she was kind of sitting there, you know, like staring off into space, sitting there, I was like, well, I don't know. I don't think I'm connecting right now. So I guess if I write a song, thanks for that. And maybe that's the new idea is to, if it's tapping her foot, then it's a hit, you know.
There you go.
I like it.
Yes,
and
I do too.
And then for Grandpa, you know, he just was so witty. I mean, he was so funny, and caring and endearing, but still manly. He was no slouch and he wasn't any wimp either. So, I'd have to sing a song to him about, staying true and being strong. Yeah.
Staying true and staying strong. That's another good title right there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. You're just rocking and rolling over here. You want to co-write some songs, Quintin? Let me get my notebook out.
I've been to Nashville and I've been transformed by music, so I love Nashville forever. Matter of fact, I'm heading back there in February, so that's yeah.
Are you? That's
yes,
great,
sir.
man.
Love that city.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes,
it's great.
Yes, indeed. Love that place. So, what is the biggest difference about music from 15 years ago to right now, in your mind?
Oh, okay. Like in general, or
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
In general, well, I think that there's some outlets for. You got Stapleton now. You got Tyler Childers. You got Cody Jinks and these guys, these country guys. I feel like the storytelling's coming back. You got Ryan Bingham. I mean, he's still rocking and rolling.
Yes.
And he's really, really good. And he's getting a lot more notice now because of the show he's in,
Right.
So I get asked all the time if, I like his music too. And I'm like, man, I've been listening to that guy for 10 years. He's really good. But yeah, just in general, like, answer your question. I feel like maybe there's just more accessibility to these artists since Spotify's out there and everything. So we're able to actually hear some heartfelt, real material instead of some overproduced pop material, and not to hate on the pop material.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of hate out there for that. But in general, man, the stories behind the songs are quite interesting, like how they come up with this stuff. Some of it's off the cuff, silly, and some of it's like really heartfelt, like someone was dying of drugs and I came up with this lyric, and you're like, huh? What?
Right.
And you would never think that with a pop song, but it because the other bleeding hearts out there that are out there doing it, just sound more credible to me than pop.
Right.
So, but I think the ability and, the availability of music to us, we're able to hear more and more of that art out there. And that's why things are changing. Like, there's a guy named Slim Langhorne Slim I really like. He's really good. I actually heard a song of his on a TV show the other day. I was like, well, somebody's taking notice of him too.
Right.
I mean, he's really good.
Yes.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of talent out there, and it's really neat to see how we're evolving. And there's a lot of production stuff happening, like how they're reinventing the folk music and stuff. It's really cool.
How have you been able to reinvent that with your music?
It's a good question. I think technology's helped me a lot because I record at home and have my own studio.
Wow.
and record with other people who, we're constantly learning. Chris Dodson and I work together. We work out studios together. A friend of mine, Jason Shore, we used to work together out of his house. And then Bruce Roberts of ARP Studios, real good friend of mine. He did my last record that I just did. It's called Winds of Fortune. Right. And Bruce and I worked hard on that. Like, it was a grueling process. I put him through it. Hey man, let's do this again. Hey, let's work on this again. And he's probably like, I'm so sick of these songs, dude. But it is what it is. And we got there. Now that that's behind me, I'm focusing on the future with Johnny and Chris. And also, I have a re-release as far as some of the people that know about it. I've reworked some songs and I'm going to put them out there this year. I've already got 5 of them and queued up, ready to go. They're about done, and I got 5 more on the brink. So we'll have another envelope of songs, if you will. Like, in the next year, they'll just keep coming on Spotify. And I think that's the way we have to do it nowadays too. Is instead of doing records or albums, I'm all about albums. I love having the whole package.
Right.
But I feel like in today's world with the availability again, you could record a single a month or single every quarter and then create the record from that, you know, like, so like Spotify'd have one song come out and then eventually you'd have enough for a record and put the record out. And I really feel like that's not a bad way to go either as a independent artist who's playing around town and wants some, get it out there because people are waiting for those songs. Like if you play it out, people are going to want to go. If they like it, they're going to want to take it home with them. So, or have an option to have it on their phone or with them in the car or whatever. So I feel like moving forward, that's what I plan on doing, is releasing a song at a time, put my best foot forward, and then have everything together and then have the album out at the end of the year. Yeah.
So, what else are you seeing as far as trends when it comes to things like what you just mentioned?
Well, there's so many trends out there that I'm not a part of, but like, the Instagram thing, TikTok,
Sure.
people are out there really pushing that, Facebook Live, somewhat. It was really big with COVID, and then like it's kind of died down a bit. I think Instagram and TikTok are more like the more tech savvy, younger generation. They're looking for that. They're looking for new, or are you? I've even been asked, "Are you on TikTok? Are you on?" And I haven't done it, but they're like, "You should do the housekeeping song on TikTok. You should do Liquor Sickle and Canceled all on TikTok." And I'm like, "Oh my Lord!" I'm like, "I'll get canceled if I do that," But no, I think those are the trends though that you've asked. That's it, and staying current. Everybody's gotta have content. But I think there's a saturation too. You got to be careful about.
Careful. Yeah, exactly right. So, Kevin, in what way do you attract and maintain an increasing and diverse audience base?
Swallow my pride and go on TikTok. No, just no, really. Every chance I get, I got to play my songs out there. Just never know. I mean, you just never know you're going to hit. Like last night, I had an older couple love everything I did, and I was doing the Irish stuff, my stuff, all that, and then I had a younger group of people sitting next to me that were just on their phones and hanging out, and then they walked up to me at the end, like their dinner or whatever, and wanted my album. Like, where do I get it? I'm like, really? I didn't know you were into it at all. You just don't know, man. You just don't know till you put it out there, and when you're honest, people gravitate. It's really cool. It's just that's what I'm saying. Like I had those people were the older crew was clapping and yay and wow, and this other crew was just stare at their phones. But then they came over to get a card and like find me. I thought that was really cool. You just don't know.
You just don't know.
And yeah, and so just be you in front of people, and then that's how I've built my audience. It's been mainly grassroots for me, man. I don't have like a whole platform of, hey, I got the social media plan to hit, which I would love to do. I'd love to incorporate that into my business, and that'd be smart. But I haven't really done that. So maybe that's what I need to do, Quintin, to build that diverse audience you're talking about. But just in general, be honest, be you, and that's how you become more diverse, I believe. Like people gravitate to it. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's what you have to learn too. That's the biggest thing.
Yes. So when you put on those earphones or earbuds or headphones in the studio, how do you be you when you're recording?
Well, over over time, you just have to accept imperfections, uh, especially when you're doing it yourself. You have to understand how there's an 80% rule I've heard about. I don't know if you've heard about this 80-20 thing or not. But there's an 80-20 thing, and if it's hitting 80%, it's ready. So don't be looking for perfection. As a matter of fact, my dad said, don't let the perfect get in the way of the good. Get it done.
Get it done.
80-20.
80-20. So how do you do that musically?
Well, the cool thing is with technology, you can do a lot. Like if you hear something really bad, you can fix that. But again, technology's also helped me to get the tones and sounds that I want at the house. I've been very, very pleased. Just found out about one the other day. Chris Dodson turned me on to. So I'm like, holy moly, that sounds so good. But it's a lot of investing, man. It's a lot of time. I've spent hours in here, hours and hours working with people and, and recording people. Like Brandon Simmons is coming to me. We're tracking together. And he'll be here this afternoon. He's fantastic. I love him. I've known him since he was 18 years old, man. He came to my open mic back when I was kicking it up 14 years ago, So you just live and learn, man. And as you do that, then you can begin to understand the 80-20, not perfect. I lean on my strengths and stick to the 80-20. That's it.
That's it. And I had Brandon Simmons on Quintin's Post-Ups a year ago. So
yeah,
great guy.
I remember that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guy. He's he's salt of the earth, man.
Yes.
I love him to death.
Yes, sir. And Kevin, which artist or artist's music resembles you as a person?
Which artist, huh? I love the Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, and I love Bob Dylan and all that, but John Prine, man, he's just incredible. I love his stuff. So I'm an old fogey, I like that stuff.
Yes,
I really like it. It's hard to snap out of it sometimes, but I'm still impressed with Stapleton's writing and again Tyler Childers. He's really good these days, and I really like that. Also, Hayes Carl. Good Lord, Towns Van Zandt, all Guy Clark,
yes.
all these guys. You probably heard them up there in Nashville. Like heard the names floating around. Those are the old school, real deal, and those guys are what I aspire to do.
Right.
That's the kind of stuff I aspire to do.
Yes, sir. And of course, they have the big Johnny Cash Museum up in Nashville in Lower Broadway, so that's amazing to always see.
Yes, it is. It's really cool.
Cool.
So you're heading back up there in February?
February. I was there just in December, or just a month ago, but I'm coming back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Very good, man. Very good.
Yeah.
You're not moving there, are you?
No, sir. No. No. I know my limitations. I'll stay at home in my hometown.
Gotcha, man. 80-20, man.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, no worries. No worries at all. A lot of people don't know this, but when it comes to music, all I do is listen to obviously 90s R&B.
Okay.
And I have right now on my Spotify. I don't know if you can see it here.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, what's on your Spotify these days?
Oh, that's good. Well, that Langhorne Slim stuff is. I like him a lot. And to get more acquainted with where I play brunch music and stuff, I've been listening to like Morning Coffee and stuff like that. Those laid back, folky kind of things. You'd be amazed, man. Ray LaMontagne's on there, another fantastic artist. Also, gosh, what's his name, man? It's real simple. I just had a brain fart. Sorry. wow, golly, who's the one that I almost got it? The one that sang Beyond. What's his name?
Uh,
Hold on.
it's stuck in my mind too.
Here you go. It'd be amazing if we had these things called phones that could just look this up.
Right.
I'm gonna be so mad when it's.
Okay.
Here we go. Leon Bridges. He's fantastic.
Right.
He's so good.
Yes.
He's so good.
That's right.
So yeah. I mean, not just in the country vein, man. Of writers, I like Ray LaMontagne. I like Leon Bridges. I like that stuff too. It's really cool to hear what they've got to say and how they do it. It's really neat. Also, Lumineers are good. You know,
Yes.
they came to town not too long ago over the spring.
Wow.
They were at the Bank of America, whatever you call it. You know.
Oh, Credit One.
Yeah, they're at Credit One.
Yeah, on
There we
Daniel
go.
Island.
Yeah, that's it. Oops.
Yes,
Yeah, they were there. They were there. Yeah. So yeah, but I like all that stuff, man. Not to shortchange any of those guys. They've earned their keep, man. They're really freaking awesome, you know. So what other question you got there? I'm just curious.
Oh, the last one is, what you are in the mood for to make musically next?
Very good. Well, right now we're in the heart of making the Brothers Promise EPs or singles we're going to release. So I am in the mood to release songs that are lighthearted but say a lot, and have this presence of going for it, not worried about anything. The 80-20 thing, you know, like even in the production of it, like just being real with people. And by being real with people, enjoy every minute of it, be grateful for it, put it out there and enjoy it, and keep moving forward, you know, and meet as many people as possible, and to be inspired and stay inspired and inspire them. The moving forward, a lighthearted, and basically the stuff is going to make you laugh, going to make you cry, going to make you think. But it's all going to be simple. It's not going to be anything over the top, and it's definitely not going to talk down to anybody.
Right.
It's going to be very honest with everybody, though. I think you're really going to like the new stuff. We're really working on it together. As far as BP, the Brothers Promise stuff goes, as far as I'm going in the direction I'm going, I feel like the songs that I got now that are about to come out, I feel like they're just stronger songs than what I released just recently. And I don't know. I mean, you know, some people might disagree, but I just feel that. So.
What other musician songs have actually made you cry, laugh, and actually think?
Wow. Well, let's go with John Prine, Sam Stone. That one's really good. It's about a Vietnam vet coming home from the war and, you know, being addicted to heroin because that's what they did when they came over. Like, you know, they were shooting up overseas kind of thing in the war. And coming back, and he brought that, and he lost everything he had and passed. That's a heavy song, but so real the way he did it. And then, so it's a really, really touching song. Another one that makes me laugh is, you know, another one is Spanish Pipe Dream. It's a song about falling in love with a stripper dancer and taking her home and making him his wife. Yeah, he meets her at a bar, and he's just a young guy in the army or military getting ready to, you know, just
but a war dodger. He's like at a bar and he's slipping up to Canada. Is what he's planning on doing. And this is in the 70s, you know, when that was going on. So he's kind of making fun of that in a way. And then he meets this stripper and she thinks he's cute and all this. And he sits there and he's about to walk out. And she's like, wait a minute. But the chorus, Quintin, is, he says, she gave me a peck on the back of my neck. And here's what she said to me. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, move to the country, build you a home. You know, play a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, try and find Jesus on your own. So he's like, yeah, so basically the stripper says that to him. That's pretty funny. Like, so they end up getting together and having a family. So it's all a pipe dream. That's what it is. It's so funny. So it's perfect. That makes me laugh. I mean, if you heard the song, you'd laugh. It's pretty silly.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, Kevin Church, obviously country folk singer and songwriter, thank you for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Quintin. Love you, buddy. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Take care, man.
You too.
Bye.